Alright, it seems like we are ready to go with the race today. So we have two new runners for Utan percent. So both of these runners have not done any runs prior to this tournament. So this will be quite interesting to see how this goes. And now the race begins. So the objective in Utan percent is to defeat the second boss of the second dungeon. I mean the boss of the second dungeon, which is Master Utan. So the category itself is any percent glitchless. So we don't do any glitches in this run. And now we have two things to note here for this race. The first thing is that both of these runners have agreed to set a deadline at 2 hours and 30 minutes mark. So basically, when the timer hits 2 hours and 30 minutes, we will see who has the most progress. And based on that, we will then see the winner. And the second thing to note here is that on the left we have KaiserKrister, and Kaiser is actually running on a PAL version of the game. And the difference is that the anti-SC version of the game, the American version, runs on 60 FPS, while as the PAL version is only on 50 FPS. So Chrissy has decided to run his race on the PAL version, which means that he has about 16% speed decrease compared to his opponent. But however, we have two new runners, and as I said, they haven't done any runs prior to this tournament. KaiserKrister has done a couple of practice runs just this week, but I don't think z3thros has done anything. So, longer load screens. Yeah, so basically everything is slower in PAL. So the loading times, the gameplay, the running, everything is 16% slower, but the game itself is very identical. The versions are like 99% the same. Like they don't have any gameplay differences whatsoever. The only differences are some translation changes and some small like tiny bugs and so. So alright, we have the race has started, and z3thros immediately got first enemy key right off the bat, which is kinda lucky. So the objective here is to find the gate key from the monsters and keep advancing the floors. And we will also have to find the correct Atlamillia pieces for the town. So we have to build my house for the main character Utan, and we also need to find a shop. And once we have all that, we can progress in the second half of the game. But So Kaiser found a big chest earlier there, and he got a weapon, which is very important. Which a very nice find on the first floor here. And we have both runners still on floor 1. In floor 1 you don't actually need to collect any of the Atla. Well, we don't usually collect any of them because 7 of the 8 Atla Milia that spawn in the first floor are static Atla Milia, which means that they are always the same. And only one of them can be a random Atla Milia, so we don't usually pick them up in the first floor, but it seems like z3thros has chosen to pick up the Atla, every Atla Milia in this floor. And Kaiser is still looking for the key. So I believe, I believe in Utan percent, an average run time is usually around like around 220, 230s, and that's usually when we have a runner that is already somewhat experienced, like a few runs behind already. So like 230 would be around average, and like a low to 2 hour run is like a good run. But because a lot of these runners have not done any runs, well, Kaiser has done 2 practice runs, but they are new runners, so that's why the average might be like around 3 hours, like close to 3 hours. But they have both agreed to set the deadline at 2 hour 30-minute mark. Alright, so Kaiser found the key and he's heading back to the exit. z3thros is already on floor 2. What was that RNG? Yeah, it seems like you got pretty unlucky key lock on the first floor. But Kaiser did find a weapon, a big chest on the first floor, which is going to be very helpful to surviving later to the dungeon. These first 7 floors in Divine Beast Cave are pretty tricky because you basically need to find a weapon. Well, you don't need like a weapon to progress, but it's very helpful. It's very helpful to find a weapon because if you don't find any extra weapons, these enemies will get too strong for the weapon health, and that will cause the players to go back to the town and get more stuff from there. Right, seems like Kaiser has switched to the Gladius. Gladius is, I would say Gladius is the second weakest weapon you can find. The base, no, actually no, I take that back. It's the third weakest because the kitchen knife is the weakest one you can find in this dungeon, and then the base lark is the second weakest, and the Gladius comes next. So the Gladius is a decent pick, and also. He did get the key just now, I saw that, so... And z3thros as well, so they both have the key now for the floor 2. Now they just need to gather the Atla Milia that's left on this floor and then progress. And the thing about second floor here is that there are 3 Atlamilia spawns always in this second floor of the dungeon that are always static. So you don't need to pick up those. But I think these runners might not. I'm not sure if they are aware of that. I think they might just pick up everything, regardless. But I think z3thros is looking. Yeah, z3thros is looking very dead there. I saw that that there was no thirst remaining, and so that is the first death. And now he is doing something there. I don't know what he was doing there, but that was interesting. But yeah, thirst can be very dangerous thing here if you are not prepared to watch out for that, because like if you don't have any thirst left, it will start draining your health. So thirst will drain your health whenever you keep walking, but sometimes you might not notice that you don't have any more thirst left, and then you might die from that. So yeah, that was the first death of the run, but we are still just getting started here. Only 10 minutes in. We have plenty of things coming up here. So, and this run is also very this run is also very RNG heavy, because there all the floors are randomly generated each time you enter the floor, and all the Atlamilia are randomly generated, and the gate key. So there is a very heavy amount of luck involved in this. Alright, it seems like Kaiser is about to exit floor 2. So I believe we can switch over to his audio now. I believe he's ahead now. Oh yeah, and there is this there is this walking bug in the PAL version. Like, Utan gets stuck walking here during this cutscene, and it's only exclusive to this version of the game. I don't know how did they not like notice that before, but yeah, it's kind of funny. Word was bullied to commentate. I mean, no, I wasn't bullied. I'm just, I'm just not very good at commentating. But I decided to give it a try anyway. All right. Kaiser is entering floor 3. I noticed that floor 3 only had 4 Atlamilia. That is quite unusual amount for that floor, because usually these floors have like 6 to 8 Atlamilia. So only 4 on that floor is interesting. Right, it seems like z3thros might be done with floor 2. After having that unfortunate death earlier. Still one more Atlamilia to pick up here. Are they pretty even in skill as runners? They are both completely new runners. That they have not done any runs prior to this tournament actually. Kaiser has done a couple of practice runs just this week earlier, and I believe z3thros has not done anything. I think like I think he might be like trying the run for the first time here. So it is interesting because z3thros definitely has the game speed advantage because he is on not only on the NTSC version and also has emulator which has a slight loading speed difference to the console. So. And we have KaiserKrister who is running on the PAL version with 50 frames per second. So in a way, I would say it's somewhat even. It's somewhat even because Kaiser, even though Kaiser has a slower game speed, he has two runs of practice behind him. Right, both runners are on floor 3 now, and it seems like Kaiser found another big chest. I believe that is the second weapon chest that he found. Let's see if that is anything good for him. That was the base large. Okay, that was the second weakest weapon you can find from here, but it's never a bad thing to have a bunch of weapons here because you will need all the weapon health to keep advancing. And it seems like he also got the key from that statue, so that is quite lucky. Well, I don't know if that's lucky because it seems like he already did half of the floor, but he got the key now, so that is good. And it seems like z3thros is also about halfway done with the third floor. And one thing is that I have not kept up at the Atlamilia at all, so I have no idea which Atlamilia they have picked up, so we will have to just see how they do, but I think they are probably going to pick up everything anyway. Like, I believe they might not even track down what they get, so they might just pick up everything in this first half of the dungeon. So it's probably not something that we don't even need to worry about. Like all they have to worry about at this point is just finding the key, the gate key, and being careful to not die at any point. Okay, so we have Kaiser just entering floor 4. Floor 4 has these 3 skeletons, and it has a dual event, a QTE event, and if he can get a perfect duel, he can get a gem that he can place on the weapon. And these gems give stat boost to the weapon, and we are hoping to get a gem that boosts attack value, because in this run the attack is the most important thing to really get here. And he got a garnet. That is one of the best gems he could have found. So that is a good get there. Garnet gives +5 attack, then +10 fire, and I believe also beast, +10 beast, and something else. I don't even remember everything, but it does seem like Kaiser is out of repair powder, so he needs to get somewhat lucky. Like I believe he needs to either find a repair powder or more weapons to survive to the floor 7, or otherwise he will have to exit. Well, it seems like he's exiting anyway now. It's a wise choice to go and get more repair powder now, so that's definitely an option. Meanwhile, z3thros seems like he's having a struggle with floor 3. Like, it seems like there's only statues left here, which is not really a ideal floor. And that is the second death. That is quite unfortunate. But there is no large difference yet. Kaiser is about to enter floor 5. z3thros is on floor 3, but there is still over 2 hours left before the deadline that they have agreed upon. Okay, Kaiser has entered floor 5. Floor 5 also has statues, and it has... Well, the statues are the only big problem. And in floor 6 there will be mimics, which... so the upcoming floor 6 is going to be the hardest floor in the run usually, because it has statues, it has mimics. Those are pretty hard to deal with. But once we get to the point where we have the shop, we can get repair powders, we can get bombs. That's when everything comes like a breeze at that point. Alright, z3thros has completed floor 3. I'm not sure if there is any Atlamilia left on there, but I think he might have picked up everything there already, because that was his revisit to floor 3, so he is at floor 4 now, so we have 1 floor gap here. z3thros, I assume z3thros tried to repair his weapon, but he instead broke the weapon first and then repaired it. Right now, I would say Kaiser is doing a bit better in terms of stuff that he has, because Kaiser has 2 extra weapons that he has found and a very good gem as well. Ooh, z3thros just barely missed the final input on that duel. Like, barely missed on the excellent and did not get the gem reward. Then again, that gem could have been anything. That gem could have been like something bad. So it's not a big deal. Big deal in this instance. And as z3thros is entering floor 5, Kaiser found the key. So there is 3 more Atlamillia left on this floor. He's gonna go pick those up and move on to the next floor. Wow, z3thros got first enemy key, like immediate enemy key. That is some luck paying back there. That is very good. So all he has to do now is just collect the Atlamillia on this floor and then go to the exit. Kaiser is also done with all the Atlamillia here. He's heading back to the exit, so it's starting to look a bit even again. I will say that the first enemy key that z3thros got is definitely a big factor here. But I think it will be better if z3thros also finds a weapon soon, because that dagger he has right now won't be doing much in the next floor. Floor 6 is gonna be a nightmare for only having a dagger, so there is a small chance he can still find a weapon chest in this floor or the next one, but that is gonna be rough for the next floor. Unless he gets lucky, like floor 6 also has skeletons and some other weaker enemies, so he might get lucky on floor 6 and also find it from an easy enemy. It's all possible. Oh, there we go. Speak of the devil, so he found a weapon chest. And let's see if does he pick curse? Because, okay. Okay, so he got a gladius as well, which is alright, which is not bad, but it could be better as well. And there is a second one immediately, second big chest immediately after it. Unlocked even. And it's a bone rapier, which is even better than... It has ice for the... Ice which is needed for the first boss of this dungeon, because the first boss has weakness to ice. And Kaiser got the bone sword as well. So they both have a good weapon for Grant now. And because z3thros found the bone shard, he can now continue on floor 6, and there is a higher chance that he can find the key here. And speaking of keys, Kaiser got his key now for this floor. He could also choose to try to kill some of those mimics, because the mimics can drop a transfetter item. And it's an item that boosts your running speed by double amount. Very important item to get later on from the shop. So we are 31 minutes in, and both of the runners are on the same floor, pretty close to each other. I have to say that I didn't expect them to be so close after 30 minutes of the race, but that is good. That is good that we have a somewhat even race going on here. And hopefully it will keep up like that. So they got a sign, and Kaiser got Gaffer's buggy, which are both needed for the Gaffer's shop. So when we make the Gaffer's buggy shop here, we want to make sure that we also place down a bike and Peach's house, because we will need bike to restore Gaffer's buggy completely, and that will unlock more items in the shop, especially the transfetter item. So I'm hoping that z3thros is aware of this, but we will see. We will see how the race goes on here. All right, Kaiser has completed floor 6. He's leaving to get more repair powders. Only floor 7 left, and then we will get to the halfway point of the dungeon. z3thros is very low health there, fighting the mimics. still looking for that gate key. Even used a poison apple to poison the mimic. That saves a little bit of weapon health. It's a good choice. And the poison mimic even had the gate key. That's pretty good. One more Atlamilia to pick up in this floor. But one thing I noticed about z3thros run is that he doesn't seem to be using the diagonal movement in the dungeon. And the reason why we do diagonal movement in the runs is because it will give the character a square root of 2 movement speed increase. Like it's something to do with how they designed the game engine and the camera angle. So if the camera has a 45-degree angle to the character, there will be a increased speed in the run. Around 20 to 30% usually. So z3thros is fixing all the weapons from the repair powders. And that is 100% should be enough to deal with floor 7. Kaiser found the key again, so 2 more Atla left on this floor, and then floor 8 has the Seda duel, and then we can start building the town diorama. Actually, it seems... Oh. Okay, he is going for the 2 Atlamilia. I was wondering if he was going to leave already, but I don't know if they keep track of the Atlamilia. They probably do not. But z3thros has entered floor 7. And I would say things are going smoothly on both sides. They both found a few weapons. They are both on the same floor. It has been a steady progress from both. Frame perfect Atlamilia pickup there as well. Alright, Kaiser is going forward to floor 8, I believe, unless he leaves now. I'm not sure. Okay, he did go to floor 8. So floor 8 has Seda, and it also has the next duel, the next QTE event here. And after this duel and the cutscenes, we can go back to the town and start building some houses and the shop. Alright, excellent duel, and let's see what the reward is. It's Emerald. Emerald doesn't do much on this run. It gives MP, it gives Dino Slayer, and there was a third one that I can't remember now, but not very useful for Utan percent, but at least it's money if anything. Alright, z3thros is almost done. With Atlamilia, there's one more left at the top left of the map. And there is another weapon chest right there coming up. Oh, it's a clown even. The clown could give something even better. But it gave a Gladius, which is not any better than what he already has. The clown can give a sax or a chopper in this first dungeon, which will be quite a amazing find to get in a run. I still haven't seen a single sax or a chopper in one of these tournament races here. Alright, Kaiser is now out of the dungeon and he is building the town. We need to build my house completely to get our new party member, Shao, and also need to build Gaffer's buggy for the shop, so we can get all the items we need from there. z3thros is also at the duel now, so both players are going to be outside of the dungeon about the same time, which is quite surprising to see, actually. Okay, it seems like z3thros finished the duel. He didn't get the gem reward, but that is not a big deal. Like, as long as you have a weapon that is better than the base weapon, that's all what matters, really. And Kaiser is about to get the first party member now. We are 44 minutes in. I would say an average Shao split, like when we usually get Shao in the more experienced runs, it's somewhere around 30 minutes or less even. But we have to remember that Kaiser is running on the PAL version of the game, which is 16% slower than we usually do. So I think if Kaiser was on a American version, I think that would have been like a 40-minute show, like 5-minute faster than what the timer says. Alright, z3thros is also out of the dungeon. He's building gaffers. Kaiser is pretty much done. He's going back to Mayor to get some more items, a few more items, and then head back to the dungeon. z3thros is building the town. I'm not sure if he is placing down Pike and his house. We'll see. Right, Kaiser is back to the dungeon now for the second half of the Vine Beast Cave. In the second half of the cave, we need 5 specific Atlamillia to progress in the town area. We need a trans windmill and the 4 pieces for that. Interestingly, I noticed Kaiser isn't using any transvetters. Did he pick anything? Did he pick up any from the shop? I wasn't quite paying attention at that time, but alright, z3thros got his. Party member got Sao, so we have about 4-minute gap between the runners here. It can definitely shift anyway here. There is still about an hour and 40 minutes left here. And it does seem like z3thros doesn't have the full shop for Gaffer, which means that Gaffer will not be selling transfetters. The transfetters give you double the running speed in the dungeons, so that is quite a crucial crucial thing to have those weathers in this run. But I do wonder about Kaiser also not having transfers. I wonder if he has forgotten to equip transfers, or if there is a reason behind it. I don't know. Alright, z3thros is done with the town, going back to the dungeon. Floor 15 is the boss floor, so the runners are going up to floor 14, trying to collect the windmill and the pieces for the windmill. And one thing I would like to remind is that both of these runners have agreed on a deadline at 2 hour and 30-minute mark. So there is I would say there's a high chance that they will not be finishing this run, the Utan percent, but they agreed on a deadline at 2 hour 30-minute mark. And when we reach that point, timer, we will then check who has the most progress in the run. z3thros found a sign immediately, which is one of the 5 required Atla pieces in the second half of the dungeon. If they are keeping track of the Atla pieces here, they could save a lot of time if they find all the 5 required items early, and then they don't need to pick up any more of the Atla. Alright, z3thros found the key pretty quickly, that is good. Kaiser is also done with floor 9. It sure is a race of all time when both runners do not have transfers, which is the thing that actually makes all these dungeons fast. The only thing that actually speeds up the game like a lot is the transfer. They both do not happen to be using. Yeah. So it is interesting to see how this will end up. Kaiser found a power-up bottom from the chest there. That is the most rare item that you can find in the dungeons. And it can be very helpful here. Like, it seems like he might be leveling up the Gladius and possibly even breaking down it later on. Breaking down Gladius at level 5 so he can then put it in a different weapon. z3thros is getting really lucky with the keys here. On the previous floor, on the floor 9, he got a pretty quick key, and I believe this was also the first enemy key that he got on floor 10. Quite lucky enemy drops there. Ooh, z3thros is 6 health, almost getting bodied there by the rock enemy there. And Kaiser got a stamina drink, which is stamina drink is quite important to have in the first boss here, the Dran. If you know how to properly fight Dran, which is using the ice element, ice attribute, and if you know the proper combo, how to deal with it, which is like 1 slash and then a charge attack, stun lock. If you know all that and you also get a stamina potion, you can get a pretty quick fight. Especially with a good weapon. The Dran fight can be anywhere from like 20 seconds up to like 10 minutes, depending on how much you know how to deal with the fight. So. I think we might have a situation here where z3thros is going to be ahead. He has collected all the Atlamillia and is probably leaving the floor now. I think he probably has the key. I mean, he has the key. I remember now because he got it instantly here on this floor. So that is quite a change because z3thros just a while ago he was 4 minutes behind, and now tables have turned. So let's switch over to his audio. Is this real? Yeah, Kaiser doesn't seem to be having the best luck here with the keys. seems to be quite the opposite to what z3thros had. However, z3thros is facing quite a challenge now, because on this shower floor is quite difficult if you don't find any weapon for her. And the reason why it's difficult, because there are dragons on the floor, and those are extremely tedious to deal with, like 1 damage slingshot. So ideally you would have bombs here, bombs to throw on the dragons. Oh, Kaiser has found a big chest, weapon chest. This could be a jackpot potentially if there is a certain slingshot there. But it's just a Gladius, so that is whatever. It z3thros put elements on his slingshot. I don't know, but it seems like he has broken the weapon now, so whatever he had on that weapon is gone now, so... Stamina from the magic circle is helpful to deal with these big enemies a bit faster, to kill the slower the big enemies here. Seems like z3thros did put the element now. Ice element is actually the weakness for the dragons, so if he had a bit more attack on that slingshot, he could potentially try to fight the dragons a bit easier with the ice element. He put wind and ice on, it didn't turn them. Yeah, we have to remember that all of these runners are completely new to the game, basically. Well, maybe not the game itself, but the speedrun of the game. All of these players have not done a single run prior to this tournament. They have not done any speedruns of this. KaiserKrister has done 2 practice runs just earlier this week. He finished 2 practice runs. And I believe z3thros... I don't know if z3thros has prepared anything at all, to be honest. But the difference here is that KaiserKrister is running on a PAL version of the game. The PAL version with 50 FPS compared to the American version, which has 60 FPS. And it seems like Kaiser has left the dungeon. It seems like, I'm guessing that there were only strong enemies left, so he decided to go back out. I'm curious now, did Kaiser actually get the full shop? Does he have the full shop? I have not seen him pick up anything from the shop yet. I guess that's fair as new runners go. Yeah, exactly. Now, I'm curious, why is Kaiser not using the shop? I might have missed it myself. I'm not sure if he actually got the full shop. It is interesting that he's not using the shop at all, not even getting... Oh, Oh, okay, never mind. I just realized that he does not have the shop at all, because he did just get equipment from the mayor. The mayor only gives you stuff if the shop is not open yet. So that means that he hasn't even completed the shop yet. He has ignored the shop completely, which is an interesting decision, I have to say. Meanwhile, z3thros has completed floor of 11, the Shao limited floor, and is on his way on floor 12. Alright, we are over an hour into the race. Things are still looking quite even here. I do have to mention one thing, that just before this race started, both of these runners were talking in a chat about the upcoming race, and they were both joking about losing their race today. I don't know if they if that's truly a plan that they have, but I believe that they are at least trying to get some results in here. Alright, Kaiser has finished Shao floor. And I'm guessing he's going back to the mayor. I don't know why he's not getting the shop, but... z3thros does have the shop, but z3thros didn't place down Page's house and bike, which means that he did not get the full shop. For him, the cafe only is selling repair powders and some food and things like that. But at this point, I almost want to think that Kaiser is almost... He might be even not using the shop on purpose. Maybe he's like trying to like give more lead to z3thros. Or it might be a cheat. It could also be like a mistake. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but it is still a fun race going here. z3thros has collected every Atlamillia on the floor, but there is a lot of enemies left. Choosing to not fight any enemies, although he should have Utan available, I believe. The PAL version does not have any gameplay differences at all. It is pretty much identical to American version. So I am pretty sure Kaiser does not have any. I mean, the PAL version does not have any issues with the Gaffer's shop. It is exactly the same. The only differences with the PAL version and the American version are they have different translations, and also there are some very minor, small things, differences like small glitches or bugs that do not affect anything really. The only major difference, of course, is the game speed, 50 Hz and versus 60 Hz. Looks like z3thros has fallen to a Rokonoff there. Kaiser getting poisoned by a bat. They are not having the best time right now, it seems, but they are both, I believe, on the same floor. They are quite even still. Yeah, z3thros is trying his hardest to find this key from this floor. It seems like there's only like these hard enemies left, statues and the rock enemies and so on. Up, it seems like Kaiser got the key on now. And also trans windmill. Oh, Kaiser might be getting ahead here if z3thros doesn't find the key soon. And now we are officially at the halfway point of the deadline. We are at 1 hour 15 minutes, and both runners are racing until 2 hours and 30 minutes mark. Okay, it seems like we have an answer. We have an answer now for Kaiser's thing. Kaiser said in chat that the spike not spawn after floor 8. And the answer to that is yes, spike does not spawn anymore. Spike is only in the first half of the dungeon. which means that it's probably the one non-static Atla on floor 1. So I think that explains a lot what happened to Kaiser here. He did not find Pike at all. So he didn't find Pike at all in the first half, and he assumed that the Pike will appear later on in the second half. But he won't appear because Pike is said to be always in the first half of the dungeon. Yeah, that solved the mystery, because I was thinking if Kaiser is doing it on purpose or if it's a mistake, but it seemed to be a mistake in this case. He got ultra unlucky. Yeah, exactly. And it does seem like Kaiser went back to floor 1, so he's gonna try to find Pike now from the one of the 8 Atla Milia that are on this floor. So that will change things. Kaiser might have to, like, even though he is now revisiting floor 1, but as soon as he gets Pike and completes the shop, Gaffer's Buggy shop, he will have access to transferers, which will double the movement speed in the dungeons. And it is the very most important item in the speedrun. So when Kaiser gets access to the transferers, he should be catching up after that. How long is Utan percent? Yeah, it's pretty much between 2 and 3 hours. But it depends. If you have never done a run before at all, like if you are doing first ever time, like the run will likely go over 3 hours. But after having some experience, let's say you have like 5 runs completed, I would say like an average time would be like 2.5 hours. And then getting close to the 2-hour mark is then a good time. Alright, it seems like Kaiser got Pike. He's about to finish the shop now. Kaiser having to revisit floor 1 did give z3thros more time to advance in the dungeon, more ahead in the dungeon, but that might be changing soon as Kaiser gets access to transferers. And there we go, there is, Kaiser has full shop here. Can get bombs, can get transfers as well. z3thros having, I think that is a death number 4 at this point. The game is difficult, I have to say. It's quite difficult when you are trying to speedrun something that you never speedrun before. It will always be a hard time. Don't think you ever beat it as a kid. Yeah. I would say Dark Cloud is quite difficult at the beginning. Like the first dungeon is usually the most difficult area. But usually when people get used to how the weapon system works and they start getting better weapons, that's when things start becoming easier. Alright, both are now on floor 13. z3thros is revisiting floor 13 after having a death. And Kaiser is now here with a transfer and bunch of bombs. So not only Kaiser has an advantage of transfer giving a double movement speed, but he also has a bunch of bombs now that he can quickly use to kill like strong enemies like dragons. One thing I would also note about z3thros run is that for this category, for the second boss, Master Utan, we usually have bombs for that fight. Like we use bombs, like we use over 30 bombs to defeat it. But because z3thros does not have the full shop, he does not have access to bombs, and he might not even. I'm not sure if he is aware about using bombs on the second boss. But I believe that is likely not going to be a matter here because I don't see I don't think z3thros is getting to Utan in 1 hour here. At this stage, like not having transfers and such. Did he get nerfed store? Oh my. Okay, so z3thros just got the best weapon that you can get from here. Now, if he realizes how strong the bandit slingshot is, that can do plenty of work here. But he seems to be continue to use Utan here, so we will see if he switches to Shao here later or not. But going back to the question about the store is z3thros does not have the full shop because he did not place down Page's house and bike. You need both of those to get the full gaffer shop. It might have been something that he just forgot that was a thing that you need to have bike down. Yeah, Gaffer broke his back and didn't get all the stock for the shop. Clown as well. A bandit slingshot and now a clown, and it's a Shamshir. That is one of the best swords you can find here in this dungeon, so that's a pretty good find. However, the bandit slingshot is still definitely the better choice here of everything. But it seems like z3thros is not aware about the power that the bandit has. And there goes the Shamshir that he just got like 1 minute ago. That is unfortunate. Okay, Kaiser found the key on the last floor. Now he just needs to find the remaining Atlamilia pieces for the Branch Windmill, and he can finish the first town here. Oh no, z3thros having another death here on floor 14. Now, if he realizes the bandit slingshot, that is a weapon of true power in this speedrun. So he has switched to that slingshot. It seems to come with a fragile effect, which is unlucky to get a fragile status effect on the weapon. It's a random chance to get whenever you find a weapon. But it doesn't really matter that much as long as you try to be careful with weapon health, because right now that slingshot with fragile can sometimes use 2 weapon health in one attack. Alright, Kaiser is completed with the dungeon here. Now he has to build Branch Windmill and get the key to the boss. And he might also collect some items on the way here. Oh, it seems like z3thros is also down here. They are very even here. I have to say that considering that both of these runners are very new to the speedrun, I did not expect them to be so close after an hour and a half Like they are probably a minute away, less than a minute away from each other. Like something like this, I can understand. Like I can see happening with runners that are more experienced and runners that have more stable times. But this is quite interesting to see that the race is still so close at this point. It seems like z3thros is building a bunch of the houses there. I don't know. I'm not sure how many houses he is going to complete, but the only thing that we really need is the trans windmill. You can also complete Paige's house to get extra inventory space. All right, I think Kaiser might be just about ready to head to the back to the dungeon for the boss. He is switching to ice, which is the weakness for the boss. He has 20 attack on that Gladius, and I think he also has a stamina drink, if I recall. So he should be having a decent fight here. And in fact, let us switch to his audio now, for the boss fight. z3thros also entering floor 15. They are both entering the boss around the same time, but I don't know if z3thros knows the proper way to fight the boss here with the stun lock. Alright, let's see how Kaiser does it. So, charge attack for 36 damage, which is not anything great, but I also noticed that whenever he switches the character, that it seemed to have a long loading time. That was interesting. Okay, both are now on the same fight here. Let's see how z3thros does this. Alright. z3thros might want to be a little bit careful with that weapon he has, because he might break that sword. It is easy to break your weapon here on this fight, because you might not always realize that Gran takes a lot of weapon health from each hit. I think Kaiser is probably almost done. Probably not that many hits left for the boss fight. Yep, there we go. That is the first dungeon complete for Kaiser. And we have about 54 minutes, 53 minutes left of this run before the deadline that the runners have agreed upon. So I wonder if Kaiser has time to get the second party member, Koro. And for that he needs to get to the second half of the the halfway point of the second dungeon. Meanwhile, z3thros is still fighting Gran. He isn't doing exactly the best damage with that sword, and that is also unfortunate death. I wonder if he has revivals, and it seems like he does have a revival powder, so he can still continue the fight at least. But he has a base bone sword, which is doing only 9 damage right now. So might still take some amount of slashes to beat him. Can Gran be defeated only with Shao? Technically, yes. You can only defeat him with only Shao, but they made sure to give Gran a very extremely high damage resistance to the slingshots. I don't know exactly what is the how much is the defense that they have to slingshots, but I think Shao's attacks are doing maybe 5% of the actual damage. I believe Ran has 250 health. So with 9 damage each, and Shao doing 1 damage, and then the Bone Sword doing 9 damage, it's 10 damage total, so it's 25 slashes to defeat Ran here. Kaiser is doing a Koro duel. Didn't get the perfect duel, which is pretty hard to get, but that's fine as long as you complete the duel and you can move on. Yeah, exactly. I'm also quite surprised that the bone sword is only doing 9 damage here. I was expecting, I was expecting it to do more with the ice element and 15 attack, but I guess not. z3thros also has a stamina potion in the active items, but it seems like he has forgotten to use that during this fight. Oh, that looks bad. Oh no, that looks very bad for z3thros. Does he have a standing powder? Yes. But I don't think he has a revival powder anymore. I don't think he can get Shao back anymore. That is going to be... Oh no. Yeah, I don't think he can finish this fight anymore. That is very harsh because I'm pretty sure he was pretty close to beating Granny here. Like he had already done a lot of slashes and damage here. Yeah, there is nothing that he can do anymore. I think the only option he has now is just to leave the dungeon and come back for a revisit. Yep, it seems like he's choosing to do the... Okay, he's exiting the dungeon, but... Very, very unlucky for z3thros. Like, considering how long the fight already was going on, I'm pretty sure there wasn't that many hits remaining. I'm pretty sure Tran didn't have that much health left. But it seems like he bought a bunch of revival powders and bunch of other equipment, so he will be more ready for the rematch here. Yeah, no bike shop either. Yeah, z3thros didn't place down Paige's house and bike. So he has no access to transferers and no access to bombs. And Kaiser also didn't have shop until like floor 13 because Kaiser didn't get bike in the first half, and Kaiser believed that bike would spawn later in the second half. But that isn't the case. But he did figure out later that he has to revisit floor 1 to get bike. So Kaiser now has the full shop. Alright, Kaiser is now in the Wise Owl Forest. The forest has 3 different gate keys, and it is very infamous for having that stinky owl there, not accepting keys usually. For some reason, it's always the last key that he accepts. Except not really, because it is random. It is random, like which key he accepts, but because the owl is a greedy one, like I think he just likes trolling all the runners every race. Yeah. Owl hates seeing timers, yeah, exactly. Ooh, z3thros falling down again from the floor collapse. Kaiser found a steel slingshot, which is a right weapon for this category, I guess. It is definitely better than the bone slingshot, but ideally you would hope to find a bandage slingshot. But I think Kaiser might still be switching to that steel slingshot. I think he might be like breaking down that Gladius and then using the steel slingshot. We will see how he decides to go with it. z3thros having more trouble with the boss fight here. I think I saw him earlier trying out different weapons, different swords to see. Oh, that he almost broke that bandit, I think, because the bandit has a fragile on it, so that could have almost been a broken bandit there. Trolling, yeah, exactly. I believe if z3thros, at any point, if z3thros notices that he could use the stamina drink, that could help the fight quite a lot, because I think in this case, stamina drink is doing even more than like double damage. I don't know exactly how the damage works on Tran. It's kind of weird, but stamina is a big factor here over this fight. I think it wasn't the charge attack. I think the final hit of the combo did 29. I think that's what I think it was that instead. But I agree. I think if z3thros was, oh, he used stamina on Shao. That is interesting. That is an interesting choice there. When Shao is doing like 1/10 of the damage to Tran. Meanwhile, Kaiser has completed the first floor of Wise Owl, and he is progressed to second floor here. We have around 40 minutes left of this run before the deadline of 2 hours and 30 minutes. And the situation currently is looking quite I think it's looking better for Kaiser here, because already that far into Wise Owl, and he has weathers, and he has bombs, he has more stuff equipped. But who knows? Maybe z3thros can still do something here. Like, there is a small possibility of things still happening here. Alright, I believe z3thros should not have that many flashes left. I think I saw him do the 29 damage. I think I saw that like 3 times now. Yeah, I noticed he was trying to get that final hit of the combo. But z3thros has defeated Tran after having to rematch him. So he can now proceed to the second area of the game. I believe Dran has 250 health, if I recall. Kaiser is making some steady progress with floor 2. He has about 38 minutes to get as far as possible. I think it's possible that Kaiser might be getting Goro, at least. So we might be seeing the second party member here. It seems like z3thros has... I wonder if z3thros went AFK or something. I haven't seen him move for about a minute now. Oh, he commented now in the chat that he forgot about bike, yeah. Yeah, that is... But having bike is quite necessary here for the transfer and the bombs. It seems like Kaiser is going back to the room to restock some items here. Which version is typically used for speedruns? We use the American version, the NTSC version. It has 60 FPS, 60 Hz. The PAL version that Kaiser is using has 50 FPS game speed. So we don't really use that for the runs. I think it might be Tran health might be. I think it's either 200 or it's 250. It's one of those. Alright, seems like z3thros is now on their way to the second area here. And Kaiser is on floor 3. let's see if z3thros completes this duel, because this QTE has a quite difficult input. The diagonal D-pad movement, which is sometimes pretty tricky to land. But it seems like he was about to complete the duel, but then had a miss on the last one. So it will be a rematch, redo for the duel. And now z3thros is going back to the map, fourth map. Probably wondering what to progress here next. Yeah, and exactly as Glitched said in the chat, the magic circles give stamina if you have the default weapon equipped, and we often use that trick to get stamina and deal with enemies faster. It seems like Kaiser got at least 2 keys in that room, maybe even more. And he is on his way to exit floor 3 and then move on to the 4th floor, which is Shao's limited zone. And z3thros is now as well entering the Wise Owl. So Forest. So they have 3-floor gap here coming up. I would say that at this stage we would have to see quite a large change in the RNG to have z3thros take this home. We have 30 minutes left before the deadline. There's a question, is there any pattern to tell which key item the owl will take? And there isn't any patterns, it's always random. Always random which the owl chooses. At one point we tried to figure out if there is anything we can do about the keys, but there isn't really anything. It's just all luck. It's one of the 3 keys. I believe they are skipping some chests because they already have items that they need for progression. Like the only things you really need is repair powder to prepare your weapons, and you also need to have some healing items. And both of those things you can get from a shop that they both have. They could get some items from the chests to maybe sell some items as well, but however, you do need to open the chests each floor because there might be a door in every floor that prevents you from going to a room unless you have a key to that door, and these chests can have that key. Alright, Kaiser is on floor 5. It seems like he got a fast shower floor. I don't remember. I mean, I don't know how fast it was, but there is now a 4-floor difference between the runners here. Z3thros is still deciding to go with Utan, even though he has the most powerful weapon on Shao. But yeah, to be honest, like I think using Utan is more fun anyway. Like Shao and her slingshot is a bit too easy combat. So it's nice to use Utan to have at least some challenge. So, quick note about the brackets that we have currently going on here. This match is the fourth match that we have on this tournament so far, and it is the last match of the first round. So after this race, everyone has completed the first round, and we can then proceed with more matches. There will be a losers bracket coming up as well. Alright, Kaiser is on floor 6. Two more floors to go on this first half of the dungeon. I am pretty confident that we are probably going to see the snake duel, and we are going to get Kaiser is going to get the Goro here as a party member. But yeah, here we can see a clear difference with one runner having a transfetter and also having access to bombs, throwables. As Kaiser is slowly but steady gaining more and more advantage, getting more ahead with the floors. It even seems like z3thros got really unlucky on that first floor. Anyway, like it seems like he had the last enemy key, and then he had to go all the way to the other side of the floor to kill the last enemy, and now he has to go all the way back to the other side of the floor for the exit. And all of this is without a transfetter. And I think I can say that z3thros isn't even doing half bad, considering that he hasn't done any runs prior to this race, and I don't think he even practiced at all. I think he just went joined the race without any preparation and decided to that let's see what happens here. And which is a fun way to try things, I suppose. But if anything, this first race will give z3thros some experience, and he will likely know more what to do on the next race, because there will be another race coming up, regardless of winning or losing here. I believe Kaiser doesn't have much left of this dungeon. The owl has accepted the key. Now I wonder if he already has all the required Atlamilia. Probably not, so he is going back to get some more Atla. And then he can prepare for the snake duel. Let's see what he's gonna get from this weapon chest. A Shamshir, alright. Yeah, I think what happened here with z3thros is that he forgot to place down Pike, and he didn't get the full shop for Gaffer, so he is missing out on the transferers and also missing out on bombs here. Alright, I think Kaiser is done here on the first half of the dungeon, so oh, never mind. There is still floor 8. Damn it! I should have I should be knowing that. Like I don't know why I was thinking that floor 8 is the halfway point. But yeah, one more floor of this floor, and then it will be the halfway, and going back to the town. Yeah, at least he knows now. So in the next race, hopefully he will get the full shop. And one quick reminder to everyone is that we have 15 minutes remaining of this race. We won't be seeing a full completion of this run because both of these runners have agreed to have a deadline at 2 hours and 30 minutes. So whoever has the most progress at 2 hours 30 will be declared the winner here. So 14 minutes left here with the time here. That's a lot of chests in Kaiser's. Wow, that was a lot of mimics like in one pile. That's kind of crazy. And that is a unfortunate death for z3thros, and I think it's safe to say at this point that Kaiser passed this race. There is 5 floors, 5 floor gap here, and not much time remaining. Waiting for him to beat the snake. Yeah. All right. Well, we can see Kaiser to complete the snake duel and maybe even get Goro. So. And Kaiser has said that he might skip the interview to take, so that he finishes the run completely, which is also fine. Like, because I believe Kaiser is on his best pace right now. He has done 2 runs before, 2 practice runs, and this is, I'm pretty sure this is his best pace on this run category so far. 4 out of 4 on trap chests. Yeah, that is unlucky for sure. Oh, Steve as well. That is interesting. Steve and Bandit on the same run here. Alright, Kaiser is getting the Serpent Sword from the Trent here. Serpent Sword is used to duel with the snake here. Seems like Kaiser is restocking for the second half of the dungeon. I believe he might be wanting to try to finish the run. We will see. Oh, all right. Kaiser still has to finish the house here to get the flute for the snake duel. And it seems like Kakao is trolling him. Like he seems like he's constantly switching to the other side of the river, but there he is now. So I think overall this race was quite even like for the first half of the race. I believe 1 hour and 30 minutes in, both of the runners were still very close on the same floor, but things started to change as soon as Kaiser got access to transvetters. Transvetters and bombs, so having that full shop is very, very essential to have in a run. But now we are gonna have the snake duel here. Let's see if Kaiser can get a perfect here. Oh, he didn't. Oh, I didn't even realize that he never equipped the serpent sword. I wasn't even looking at that, but that is a small oops right there. Definitely a classic thing that we can forget easily. But he has the correct sword equipped now, so we can try this again. Not quite a perfect duel, but it will get the... I was gonna say it will get the job done, but apparently that was a miss. So... third time's the charm. And there we go, that's the snake down. And we are pretty much about to be done here. We are 1 minute away from the deadline. Alright, I believe we are done here. We are at 2 hours and 30 minutes, and we clearly have KaiserKrister here with the most progress, getting the snake duel, getting Goro here. So I think I'm guessing I'll mark Kaiser done here. But he might be continuing this run to finish Utan percent. But as the runners agreed to have a deadline at this moment, then it has been decided that Kaiser is the winner of today's race. But I suppose he might not be joining the interview now. And I'll also mark z3thros, that z3thros is done as well. Okay, so it seems like the game, I have marked both runners are complete, finished, so the game audio is gone now. And I'm guessing they have both gotten the post-race interview. So let's see if they join for the interview here. You can just join. You just don't know where. I think you should be having a Discord message from the Speed Gaming bot. I think you should have like an invite to the channel. You don't? Okay. I don't know how that works. Maybe your Discord name is different than what was posted. Hold on, let's see if I can... Okay, it doesn't have your Discord here. Let me do this real quick update. I think you might be getting it in a moment here. The invite. Alright, seems like he's at the setup here, so feel free to join on the channel here. Yo, welcome.
Hello.
How do you feel about your first ever run?
I wish I would have gotten practice in so that mistakes like forgetting Buddy to prevent the shopkeeper from breaking his back would have been nice.
Yeah, that is one very crucial thing that happened in your run here. I noticed that during halfway of point of the run around the Tran, both of you were quite even around the same floor, around the same time. But the difference is that Kaiser got the full shop, got the transfers, and got all the bombs to use. And I think that's what made the difference here in the end.
I probably could have pulled through a little bit better if my drain fight wasn't terrible, considering I had good weapons on, I had good slingshots, but...
Yeah. One thing I also noticed is that you got the bandit slingshot in the Vice All, but I don't think you use it very much. The bandit slingshot is the strongest weapon that you can get in terms of this run.
Yeah, I started using it in the Wise Forest, but I accidentally broke it and forgot to put my auto repair gems things that I got on my hotbar, so
yeah,
that was an oopsie and a half. You live and you learn.
Yeah, but it's not over. There is still losers bracket. You have at least one more match coming up.
Yeah.
And now that you know about the shop, hopefully next time it will be better
Yeah.
with that.
And the game also trolling me at the end by dropping a feather at the 2-hour 29-minute mark.
Oh yeah, so you got a transfer drop from
an enemy, yeah.
Mimic, I assume, or was it a chest?
It was an enemy drop.
Oh yeah. Okay, but do you have anything else to say about your run, and what do you think about the category itself?
Well, the game and the category is fun. Like, I'm no stranger to Dark Cloud. It's just been a while since I've played. Clearly because I wouldn't have been able to keep up in the first half if I didn't know how to play the game. But the category is really fun, and hopefully come to Loser's Bracket, I'll have at least practice once or twice more since my last exam's tomorrow, so...
Alright, yeah.
And those are my parting words. So I don't know what else I'm allowed
okay,
to say.
I think I don't need to hold you much longer, but I ask one more thing. Where can people find you from?
The
like
best
Twitch
place to find me is
or
here
YouTube?
on Twitch. Either through z3thros, just my Twitch channel z3thros, or you could find my speedrunning channel z3thros Speedruns. I do upload sometimes there, but more on Twitch than on YouTube.
Okay, cool. Alright, I think Kaiser is probably going to finish their run, and he's probably not gonna join the interview quite yet. So I think
they did mention that they weren't going to join the interview. So
yeah, I noticed. So I think that will. I think we can wrap up this in this case. Yeah, I don't think we have the time to wait for Kaiser, and besides, the actual race is over already. So
yeah.
So if anyone wants to watch Utan percent completion, go check Kaiser's stream. He's still running the race up to the boss.
Yeah, they'll be running twitch.tv/KaiserKrister. I can pop it in the chat if they'll let me.
All right, that's it for today then in the speed gaming here. GG's to both runners, and Kaiser will continue to the next round in the winners bracket, and you will be up against casual speedrun whenever that date is scheduled.
Yeah. GG's.
Yep, GG's. Thank you to all the viewers for joining. And yep, see you. Bye bye.
Bye.